Hey guys, Casual Chrono here. It is June 4th, 2024, and the new content for Another Eden has been announced. I'm going to have a link in my description to Scott going over the main story part 3 and a bunch of new details. So I don't want to steal his thunder. I'm going to just very briefly go over a recap of it all while I'm working on Riz's light points. But basically, the new content is arriving in 2 days. And also in 2 days, I am going on vacation for over a week. So unfortunately, I will not be able to join you all exploring all the new content right away. I'll be getting back around June 17th or 18th, depending on how long we feel like, taking on our vacation. And then I will, I have the rest of the summer off being a teacher. So I will be binging on the content about a week and a half after you all. So sorry I won't be there to be posting, chapter guides and everything right away, but I will when I get back. Along with the new content release, as you can guess, we're getting a bunch of free stones. So you get stones for logging in daily, you get stones for liking the X post, formerly known as Twitter, and it looks like we'll get about 2,000 stones just for logging in daily, and I think probably 500 more for the social media campaign, and probably other stones. Obviously with new chapters, we should be getting 100 stones for completing each new chapter as well. So expect a lot of free stones coming up. In addition, it looks like Fine is going to have her AS style revealed. In order to start the new content, she has to be at least a 4-star. So if you don't have Fine as a 4-star and you're otherwise ready to tackle new content, I would make that a priority right now. In fact, I'd just go ahead and 5-star her. Her shadow points, if you need any shadow points for her, are gotten by running the Beast King's dungeon, I believe. I'm going by memory on that one. So now, as I said, I don't want to steal Scott's thunder, so I'm just going to very briefly recap. You can watch his entire live stream with the link in my description. In short, along with the new main story, we have a new character named Jill Funny. I looked over what Scott posted about Jill Funny, and it's weird. She seems to be a water support character, but she also has some attacks, and in her stellar skill is a barrier piercing attack. So I'm not sure how much of her is going to end up being support versus, damage. So she might be able to be geared either way. I'm not sure yet. I did notice another thing. She does magic damage, but all of her attacks are based on power. So in that regard, she's very much like Alma. Alma needs power, but she does magic damage with Ether Alchema and those types of skills. So it sounds like Jill Funny is like another Alma. You need power, but she does magic damage. And she looks like she's water support. And let's see, what else did I notice? And let's see, where else am I going? She can place a water zone, and her stellar skill is a prayer. And as I mentioned, the burst is a barrier piercing burst. She does seem to buff up the party a whole lot with some of her skills, but in particular, she also buffs magic damage. So she would probably be best paired with other water type characters that do magic damage. So Dunrith Altar, for example, would probably make for a good tank for her. And Flamopolis AS, Lily, I'm trying to think of what other magic water characters are particularly strong. So I'm not sure how she'll do with other just non-magic water characters, but I guess we'll find out very soon. So let's see. There we go. And she also has a Thalil Lily ES type of style. She has something called Fulgor, Fulgor, Fulgor maybe. And when she gains it, then a skill will use it up, and she has to get it back again in order, I guess, to use a skill. It sounds very much like Thalila's Sword and Heart, where Thalila has to be in sword-wielding savior state. Once she gets Sword and Heart used, she loses sword-wielding savior state, and then her sidekick Moke has to give back sword-wielding savior state. Well, Jill Funny seems to have the same situation with Folger and her new sidekick named Piggy. And Piggy, her sidekick, can basically restore Folger back to Jill Funny to allow her to do whatever skills Folger requires. So, seems like that's the new character available through paid draws as well as, I'm assuming, free draws. And her sidekick, Piggy, whenever Water Stance is placed, all parties' single attacks are increased by 20%. So I don't think Jill Funny has to be the one that places the Water Stance. It just sounds like anyone. So you could have like Aisha on the team place Water Stance, and the sidekick would probably activate that aura. In addition, the sidekick has another aura for ground type environments like calming, like the Calming Spores, for example, Barrage, Oil, etc. Maximum MP of the team goes up by 30%. And Jill Funny, one of her skills, improves damage based on how much MP your characters have. So that's why it seems like Jill Funny is water support, in particular magic water support, because they would tend to have more mana than anyone else. So that's the new character. We have Fine AS, that seems like she's going to be free just by doing the storyline. Sounds like we're going to have Whisper of Time again. This time around we're going to have 20 draws from Whisper of Time and no guaranteed 5-star. So instead of 10 pulls and then a 5-star, now we get 20 pulls but no 5-star. So not sure how I feel about that. And then since I'm going to be on vacation, I'm going to miss some of that time frame, so I'm not even going to get in all of my 20 free pulls, which makes me a little sad, but let's face it, I'd probably just pull Palm for 10 of them anyway. As long as you start the new content before July 31st, you also get one of 5 characters: Sazanka, Annabelle ES, Kuchinawa, Shanghua, and CL Alter. I do not know if you get to choose one of those 5 characters or it's a random draw from those 5 characters. So I'm really hoping it's a choice because I already have Annabelle and Shanghua, and I'd really hate to draw one of them again, particularly Annabelle, who already has 120 light, so I really don't need another copy of her. Of the 5, I'm leaning towards Sazanka or Kuchinawa. I don't have either of those characters. I do have CL, and I'm one opus away from being able to pick up CL Alter if I really wanted to. So I don't really need CL. I have Shanghua, I have Annabelle. So I'm personally inclined to go for a character I don't have any form of. And of the 2, I'm probably leaning a little more towards Sazanka. I see her used more often than the others. And then the last thing, well, Scott mentioned a whole bunch of things, but the last thing I'm going to mention is apparently you can do mass trading. So you can buy things in batch. Instead of buying things one at a time, you can buy 10 of something or 20 of something, whatever. And Scott mentions that you can go, it's going to affect all new content going forward, and apparently older content it's going to be, put in for that too. So you can go back to older vendors and hopefully eventually start buying in batch as well. So go ahead, watch his live stream. He goes over a lot of detail. His video is like over an hour long, so I gave you the too long didn't read version. And you all enjoy the new content. I will be joining you about a week and a half in, so have fun. Casual Chrono, signing out.